Hi everyone, this is Karen from K Middleton Design Studios coming to you with my first ever unboxing video. I'm going to be unboxing my brand spanking new Brother Scan and Cut. It is the SDX225F model. And I got this as a birthday gift to myself. I've been wanting a cutting machine for a while, and I've been doing research since like June, July, trying to figure out which machine I want. There's a ton of options on the market, and which one do you decide to go to? And I ultimately decided to go with the Brother Scan and Cut. Just a few notes. This is going to be a little bit longer of a video than what you're probably used to. But when I announced that I was getting a Brother Scan and Cut for my birthday, I had a lot of questions. Folks wanted to see what it came with, and you know, one of the big questions that I had from a lot of people was, well, why did you choose the Brother? I've been looking online, trying to figure out which one I want to get, but I'm not sure. I'm really confused. So I hope, even though this is going to be a very long video, I hope I can provide a little bit of guidance, a little bit more information for you folks. So there's really 4 reasons why I chose a Brother Scan and Cut. 4. So number 1, the brand. I'm not saying this is a brand ambassador. I'm not getting paid by Brother to hype up their machines. I just really like their equipment. All 3 of my sewing machines, yes, 3, are Brother. My first sewing machine was a Brother. It lasted 7 years without any kind of maintenance done to it because I didn't know I was supposed to do annual maintenance. Oops. But it lasted 7 years, and I've quilted all kinds of things on it. It's been just been an amazing machine that I've really, really enjoyed. I've got a machine set up solely now for free motion quilting. It's a Brother Novell. Then the machine that I do all my piecing, all of my applique on, it's a Brother Innovis. So obviously I have some brand loyalty. I think for the price that I pay for some of these machines, Brother does a really good job at giving me a good quality piece of equipment for a decent price, and something that's not just gonna give my pocketbook a huge shock. Nice. So, and even though this Scan and Cut was $600 thereabouts, it's one of the more expensive machines on the cutting market. For electronic cutting machines, I felt like I was going to still get a good value because I've had such a great experience with Brother machines. Reason number 2. It has a scanner, which is, it's a cool, novel little thing. But for me, there are times as a art quilter, especially, where I will draw something and I just want to scan it and get it cut out. Great example. A great example is one of my more recent hand pieces that I'm working on. You may have seen him. This is Leo. Especially if you follow, signed up for my newsletter, you'll have seen him. He's made an appearance a few times. Now, Leo was one of those pieces that I really wish I'd had a cutting machine to do. As you can tell, he's got all kinds of small pieces. I'll just bring this up close so y'all can see it. It's just really intricate cuts, really intricate piecing, and I'm doing this by hand. And what I had to do with him was I had to cut it out on printer paper to size, scale it to size, tape a bunch of pieces of printer paper together, cut all those out. The pieces of paper that I wanted that kind of negative effect. If you've seen my cloud video on Instagram where I'm doing this, that's what I'm doing. That's how I'm tracing Leo and all these little pieces into the fabric. And then I cut it out, and obviously I'm hand quilting this, hand stitching this. Eventually will be quilted. I used an X-Acto knife to cut all these pieces out. And it took me I didn't even count the hours. It took me a long time, and it was ridiculous. And also one of the reasons I decided I definitely needed a cutting machine because I love the effect of this. I know I'm going to do more like Leo. And a cutting machine would have saved me so much time and heartache with this. It's ridiculous. So he was one of the deciding factors as well into why I decided to buy a cutting machine in general. Again, kind of talking through the process, having the scanner would have made life a lot easier because I could have just scanned it into the machine, called it a day, put the fabric in, cut, and go. So it would have saved a lot of steps. So reason 3 that we're on right now. So each Silhouette, Cricut, Brother Scan and Cut, there's a bunch of other models. Each cutting machine has their own proprietary design space, creative space, maker space. These probably sound familiar if you've been really cat, but I did learn through a lot of research. I do research for a living. That the Brother Scan and Cut, you have the option of downloading an app that can, supposedly it directly allows Brother Scan and Cut and Adobe Illustrator to talk to each other. And so you can just take your designs directly from Adobe Illustrator and export them to the Scan and Cut, and the Scan and Cut will cut everything. And since I am a big Adobe Illustrator user, and that's my preferred go-to software, that was really like what cinched it for me. I was like, even if it doesn't have this capability, I just randomly found it, and maybe, but the fact that it might have that was like really what sold it for me. I'm not 100% sure that this machine will do that. Even if I have to upload the files into the Brothers creative space, c'est la vie. And then the 4th reason that I opted for this particular model, and also for the Brother Scan and Cut. Scan and Cut, Cricut, Silhouette, all of them are, the bundles that they come with are vinyl, which is great, but I don't do vinyl. I work in fabric. I'm not really interested personally in exploring vinyl. It's just not an area I'm interested in terms of my crafting. And so a lot of the bundles and a lot of the machines I was looking at, I would have had to buy more attachments. Some, like a Cricut, it does come with, like the fabric cutter, rotary cutter, things of that nature, but I didn't want a Cricut. I didn't want a Silhouette. I wanted a Brother, for the aforementioned reasons. And so for me, I decided to go with the Brother Scan and Cut SDX225F. Phonetically, that is a Sierra Delta X-Ray 225 Foxtrot. I'll say that again. Sierra Delta X-Ray 225 Foxtrot. Hello, lovey. And I went with this particular model. This is my cat, Lucius. And I went with this particular model because it's their fabric bundle. This is made explicitly put together, bundled for sewists, fiber artists, quilters, the gamut. If you do stuff with fabric, this is probably the one that you're wanting to look at. It comes with all the attachments, supposedly the sticky mat, supposedly the fabric cutters. So we're going to get into that, see if it actually does. But that's why I went with this particular model instead of, say, waiting for the 325, SDX 325, which is the new one for 2022. I opted for this one instead. My cat's a better model than I am. With that being said, let's get this furry little guy off the top of it and take a look inside. We'll probably want to explore the inside as well. Feel free to leave a message or a question in the comments. I'm always happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Again, if there's something specific you want to learn about or want to know about this piece of equipment, or you want to see me experiment with, let me know. I love to experiment. It's part of my artistic practice and my creativity. Other than that, Thanks so much for watching. I know this was really long, but I really appreciate y'all sticking through. That's the end of my unboxing video.